It wasn't that long ago that Illawarra sacked their head coach and brought in interim Justin Tatum. Since then, the Hawks are a contender, and they most certainly expect to get the job done at home against the Cairns Taipans, who are a plucky team, but their form certainly wavers. In terms of our Sportsbet same-game multi, we will take the Hawks head-to-head, although I do expect this to be a close game. Sam Froling has been the man in the middle. Patrick Miller, 6+ assists. He does it all for Cairns. And Tajir McCall, his backcourt running mate. Enjoy the game, the Snakes and the Hawks.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Ulrich in support, look away pass with outstanding and a neat finish as well. Bobby Clipman.
Harvey, Tyler Harvey. Gag making the play on both ends of the floor. Career night.
Ooh, out Clark.
Whoa, come on, Clark.
Oh, Tajir McCall, spin move.
Oh, tough.
Froling
Throws down a poster.
Pat Miller trying to put the icing on the cake. Robinson right down all the way to the cup. It's a hot night in Wollongong and the home team has found form to match. That's why they're smiling. Hungry Jacks, round 16 of the NBL is Pride Round, preaching inclusivity. Anyone who feels in the minority, basketball is here for you. And included tonight, Illawarra and the Cairns Taipans. They are 1-1 this season. They are side by side on the Mitsubishi Motors ladder as we go inside the Wynn Entertainment Centre to the Sandpit. I'm Matt Russell. You can see how tight the race to this postseason is. Brad Rose, I know you have a soft spot for the Hawks, if that's possible, being an ex-Sydney King. How did you mark their round 15 when they went on the road and they split their results?
I think they'd be very happy with it. The first win is always nice to get in the bank, and I thought they played really well in that big, tiring game. And then obviously they had to go up north and play Brisbane, who are playing extremely well. I listened to Coach Tatum afterwards, who, might I say, is the coolest looking coach in the NBL. And look how they've been going under him. And he said that they were happy, even though lost to Brisbane. He just knew it was one of those games. He's been amazing.
7-3 since he took over, including 2 single-figure losses to the Brisbane Bullets. He's the interim coach, but that word interim might be removed shortly. Here's their run home at home. These are the games in Wollongong. Give me your assessment.
All very bewildered ones. This team is playing amazing at home and the crowd is in. We've got another big one tonight. The energy is fantastic and this team is playing Hawks basketball because they love Tatum.
Tyler Harvey last round had big minutes and really good stats in terms of points at a high percentage, rebounds and assists. Last time these teams met, it was Cairns by 10. This was their first meeting this season. Pat Miller put the visitors ahead, and then Tyler Harvey said in the final 6 seconds, let me go, bang, and win it by 1. What a result.
I hear Cairns and I hear New Zealand crying because they've seen it done before by Tyler Harvey. We all say it, if the game is on the line, that's the man you want taking that shot. He is a big game baller.
Consistency has been the problem for the Taipans in games and also from game to games. They are 10 wins, 12 losses and running out of time. They have to win tonight. You spoke to Adam Ford a short while ago.
I did, and he's just saying they want to play in the moment. They've had a lot of injuries. They've lost Keanu Pinder and they've lost others throughout the off-season. This is their run home. It's not easy, but he doesn't care. He's just like, let's play in the moment, stay here tonight. They've got a few outs as we'll go through, but let's just get that win.
Big outs indeed. No Sam Wardenberg, no Jonas Antonio, no Bobby Clintman, and combined they contribute 33 points, 12 rebounds per game. So, opportunity knocks. Who's the man to step up?
Gak is it for me. A former Hawk is loving coming back to this old venue, and I promise you there is nothing else better than a player wanting to beat their ex-team. He was brilliant last week, 21-14, shooting at a very good percentage, and I spoke to 40 before him and said he was great. He said, I loved him, and he is starting him tonight. Expect him to go off.
And in a meeting against Illawarra this season, he had a very handy 8 points and 8 rebounds. You can throw the likes of Bull Quoll, Josh Roberts and Lat Mayen in there, as well as players who will look to step up. As we welcome the commentary team, Pete Hooley, Lee Montagna, and our very own crime scene investigator, a man who can spot blood anywhere, DJ Vasiljevic. Good evening, man.
Good evening, Matt. Good evening, Brad. Yes, we are also looking forward to this one. As you touched on, plenty at stake for these two sides tonight. As I welcome in the boys, Pete, we talk about the Illawarra Hawks first of all. They are going to look to bounce back after that disappointing loss to the Brisbane Bullets last week.
You're going to roll out a starting five. We've seen a whole lot unless there's injuries or sickness. So look forward to seeing Gary Clark and Sam Froling be the leaders of the pack, and then Tyler Harvey and Justin Robertson fill their spots where they need to. And how do they bounce back? This is one of those tests we want to see from Illawarra.
DJ, you saw these Taipans up close and personal last week. AK Gak into the starting lineup. It's their 11th different starting five combination this season. How much of a challenge has that been for the coach?
I mean, it's just up and down, I guess. You know, they've dropped a few games, they've won a few games, but again, this is their 11th starting lineup, and obviously Bull Quoll, I think, will get the matchup on Gary Clark at the 4.
Well, looking forward to this one. As we touched on, a playing spot on the line. Cairns can climb the ladder, so can the Hawks. Big weekend for both these sides. Looking forward to this one. We'll get the thoughts of DJ Vasiljevic throughout this call. Pete Hooley, as always. So much is going to rest on the shoulders of McCall and Miller, you would feel, with the injuries that Matt Russell and Brad Rose have told us about. No Antonio, no Wardenberg, and no next star Bobby Clitman, as McCall continues his red-hot form when you saw him up close and personal last week, DJ.
Yeah, he's been playing unreal. I think, you know, Adelaide has a knack of letting players go off, and he had a very good game against us. Hopefully he can continue, you know, tonight.
The 30 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, if you don't mind. It's the first bucket of the night. This man's in good form as well. Tyler Harvey. It's his first points.
Yeah, 29 points against Brisbane. He was enormous, especially in that first half. Wasn't enough in the end.
Clutching that overtime as well, knocking down those free throws. That lost to Tassie. And there's the play for Gak, which we saw plenty of last week. Couldn't get that one to work. Robinson shoves McCall out the way and leaves Swikel the bullet wide open.
Justin Robinson wants to flop on him. That's Jim McCall. I thought he rode the initial fast break opportunity pretty well. Slowing down Justin Robinson, who's terrific in the open court.
Here's Armstrong. So starting tonight, looking just to continue to build on his form, getting better as the season goes on.
Yeah, he's healthy now. You know, obviously he carried a few injuries at the start of the season, but now he's back and playing good basketball, that's for sure.
Swikel looking to be aggressive. Foul called, hard hit. Positive signs though.
Okay, Swipe tried to dunk it.
Well, I think he took off like he was going to, and then he probably realised that the athleticism and length, yeah, he changed. You can see he went underneath. Initially it was like maybe, and then just went to try and caress it in, and okay, Gak. He's going to be hanging around, and he's got that energy. Good rim protector, and he's playing with supreme confidence. Rewarded with the start here. Let's not forget, you go back to the start of the season when they went overseas to play those NBA games, and they were dealt with some pretty tough injuries and sickness at that time as well. But AK Gak stood up and looked very comfortable out there, knocking down some NBA range threes as well.
By far a personal best night for AK Gak last week. 21 points, his previous best had been 13. 14 boards to go with it. As the Hawks forced the turnover. Taipans do well to get back in transition. So Harvey looking to get to his spot in with that little floater, couldn't get it to fall. Here's Miller. Just a couple early. Of course, 15 zip down. They were against Adelaide, playing you guys last week. A real slow start for the Taipans.
And I'm finding their groove, so.
They did late.
That's something they've done under 40. Remember last season, just the ability to flick the switches. So McCall just
Big
sits
body.
the defender down. Bit of mouse in the house stuff, maybe.
Bit of flop.
A good year to Jim McCall in his third season. His best year at the Taipans, averaging the 17.5 points. shooting percentages have gone through the roof.
That's what he does really well.
He's number 1 in the league, forcing steals. Here's Qual. Now Miller. Good ball movement. Armstrong wide open, so he's that short. Robertson getting downhill, wanted the foul. Justin Tatum in the background saying there's a lot of contact. Both these teams last week gave up a lot of free throws to their opponents. Something they'll be working on during the week, particularly Justin Tatum. He spoke about that, giving up 46 free throws against the Brisbane Bullets, way too many. He's Froling.
Been a lot of deflections.
Robinson has to let it fly late in the shot clock. Good defense from Cairns. Scratchy start for these two sides. Feeling each other out. And again, Kajir McCall goes to ground.
You mentioned his season. He's done it very quietly, albeit that game against you, DJ, where his numbers were incredible. But he's been very, very good in NBL 24. And again, you look at the first 2 seasons, he had many games where he had big turnovers. He was out of control at times. And I've said it a couple of times, I think bringing in Pat Miller, an older veteran and a very good friend of Kajir McCall, has settled down the way he's played. And we know he's the heart and soul of this Cairns team. But again, just very quietly gone about his business this season. And he's been one of the elite wings in the NBL.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's playing at a controlled pace. You know, having Pat Miller there, he can play off the ball, play on the ball. Obviously, had big games of, you know, against us 38-9, like just stuff like that. I think he's controlled himself really well.
I don't think he had that 40-point game season as well, season before, but it was the way that in the past, there's an M1 opportunity here for Gary Clark. In the past, Adam Ford would have to try and have those conversations where, like, okay, we just need you to slow down. But the problem is when what he does so well can also be the weakness. You don't want to take too much away from who he is. Something bringing in Pat Miller has helped that.
Sometimes you got to give him a bit of free rein.
Exactly.
That's just because that's how he plays. You can't tell someone to do that, and you know, he's done a fantastic job. And you know, Pat Miller's controlled the ship over in Cairns, obviously 7th on the ladder, and you know, looking to build from here.
Well, you can't deny the numbers. They are barometers for this side, McCall and Miller. Their numbers spike in wins. They're significantly down when they lose, so they'll have a big role to play. As we have a snooze timeout, we speak about important players and barometers for their sides. Well, Tyler Harvey is certainly that for the Illawarra Hawks, and pre-game he caught up with their very own Matt Russell.
You got games in hand, 9 games to go, including 5 here at home. Only 1 loss at the Sandpit under Coach Tatum. Do you feel like you've reclaimed home court?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think the fans have done a great job all season supporting us here at home, and we hope that we can continue that during our last 5 games. And yeah, man, we're looking forward to tonight.
Last round, round 15, you played your biggest minutes of the season. Really good numbers. What's your reaction to those performances in those last 2 games?
To be honest, those are in the past, man. You got to move on quick in this league. Every single game is so important, so you can't worry about what happened last week. This is a whole new week, and we got to take care of business today.
Spoke about Tyler Harvey coming off his best performance of the season against the Brisbane Bullets, the 29 points, 6 of 11 from beyond the arc. He was significant, as we said, in that win against Tassie in double overtime. They weren't able to back it up a couple of days later. Certainly at home, they're looking to continue their fine form. 5 out of 9 they've won at home this year.
One thing they'll be trying to bounce back from that Brisbane game was, man, double the amount of turnovers as Brisbane. Trying to look after the ball, get a good shot every possession.
So there, the Hawks won 12 of their last 13 home games against the Cairns Taipans, but Taipans have won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two sides. Sparkle the Bullock again looks to be aggressive.
Okay, swat.
6 points early. Really strong start, out by 7. It's McCall. He's got all 4 points so far, and there's Gak getting the offensive rebound.
He's already doing work on the boards. 5 rebounds already in the game for Gack.
Blanchfield checks in early. Some more there. There's Froling. Into that favoured left hand. Couldn't get that to drop.
That man in the game early for Taron Armstrong.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with some key guys out. There's a nice looking 3 from Bullquall. Everyone's going to be ready to get their opportunity. That's something that Adam Ford does exceptionally well, is has everybody on the roster ready to go for their moments when their name is called, whether they played limited minutes or no minutes in the past. You let them know that in a certain game, if they're going to be called upon, so that they step out there and they look like they haven't missed a beat.
Brad Rosen, you were listening in to Justin Tatum in that timeout?
I was, as Gary Clark hits that 3. He is so calm and cool, and he's just said that he wants the ball going into Sam Froling as they have done the last few possessions. He said, I've got the shooters out there, go to work. If they sag, kick it out. That's exactly what they're doing. Great job by the Hawks. Matty, what do you got?
Adam Ford was all about motivation and rev up. He knows his team has a rotten record in Wollongong. They're undermanned tonight, and they're trying to win back-to-back games for only the 3rd time this season. That is, in fact, the Taipans' longest winning streak this season. Back-to-back games as Sam Froling edges the Hawks further ahead.
Well, there is Sam Froling. Heard Brad Rosen speak about getting it into him. Pete, you've spoken about it a lot in recent weeks, now using those big guys, Froling and Clark. DJ, you've seen something similar with Isaac Humphries at Adelaide, with Scott Ninnis taking over, getting it into the big men more often. What does that just do for the rest of the offense?
It kind of just creates like everyone's just worried about what the big's going to do, and all I start watching, that's when we kind of move off the ball. And obviously Isaac's been playing great basketball for us, so yeah, he's having one hell of a few weeks, that's for sure.
Take a look at the Harvey Norman replay.
Doesn't need much time or space. Bullquall. This one right here, Gary Clark, pretty well contested, but nothing but net.
Pat Miller will go to that free throw line. Of course, basketball fans, don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see 3 key members of the Chicago Bulls of the 90s when NBL partnered with TEG Live to bring Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant to join Luke Longley in Australia. The No Bull Tour, presented by Coca-Cola, an interactive storytelling experience consisting of 3 shows, Hobart, Melbourne, Sydney, this February. It's an event not to be missed. Make sure you check it out. Tickets start at $79. Greatest team ever assembled. NBL.com.au/NoBull. There's Blanchfield. Little one-handed push. And McCall looking to push the tempo. Sloppy. Almost a turnover from Late Mayhem. Clark's been called for the foul.
7 boards already now for AK Gack. Again, the reason why they're trying to get it into Sam Froling is they think with no Sam Wardenberg, no Bobby Clipman, they might be a little thin in that department. So AK Gack picked up that foul early on the Swackler Bullock drive. Pick up another one. This ball, wow, that's too easy.
I feel Froling's going to be important. Saw Isaac Humphries, the season best, 28 points against the Cairns Taipans. Working over AK Gack. I said no Wardenberg, and Enger only played a few minutes in that game.
That's going to be a moving screen. And so that's Mason Peatling telling Justin Robinson, just calm down. That's on the guard. It's on Justin Robinson just going too quick before Mason Peatling is set. Get your big man a turnover.
Another foul called. Jung Lee. Paul just been relegated to the bench the last couple of games after starting the first 21 games of the season. Such a consistent scorer for them this year, scoring double digits in 18 of his 22 games. Had a quiet night against the 36ers, just the 7 points. All way off on that one.
He's come out ultra aggressive this game, so I think he's mad that he got benched last game, didn't have that great input that he usually does. So
Gary Clark helps himself to another triple. He's got 9 points already.
missed. Gary Clark.
He's coming off that 25-point, 15 rebound game against Tassie. Ball. That was a crafty move. Let's get down to Matt Russell courtside.
Just further to the Bull Qual chat, that three-pointer he dropped in this game took him to 50 for the season, only the fourth player to make 53 so far this campaign. Chris Golding, Bryce Cotton, Jordan Crawford, now Bull Qual. Not a bad party to join, and Justin Robinson and the Hawks are celebrating as well.
DJ mustn't be far off the 50.
Only takes one game, right, DJ?
Yeah, just out southeast Melbourne. A quick little tap.
Here's Robinson. Had that mid-range working well last weekend. Not on that occasion. Tick inside the final first minute. It's been a really good quarter for the Illawarra Hawks.
It's like Mayan. That Mayan, his minutes have slowed down in the middle half of the season, but the way he started, he's got such a nice set shot from outside. 50% from three in the early parts of NBL24. I want you to watch this from Tajima McCall. This is what he does so well. He knows his outside shot's not his strength. He catches it on the move, so it's impossible to really get in front. Look, that ball comes from Taron Armstrong. He's already in downhill mode. By the time Todd Blanchfield realises he's caught the ball, he's 2 steps into it, goes to his spin move, which is lightning quick as well. That's just someone who understands their strengths and weaknesses. Yes, he can hit the outside shot, but he would much rather get to the rim. And the fact that he can already get 2 steps in at full speed.
He grabbed him first here.
That's what makes him so hard to guard.
He held you. Wide 11. Grab first before the whole. Here's Matt's arm across the body. 2 shots, Todd!
Hawks
You
in
had
the
him around the
bonus.
chest and then you...
Matt Main didn't like the call.
You know, listen to me, I won't explain anymore. Don't hold.
It might be a little from DJ there. I'm not kidding. This chair has just gone down, and I've remember DJ in the cramp. My hammy's gone here.
So we'll talk about this Cairns Taipan side, just trying to find some consistency, find some rhythm. They've only outscored their opponent in 5 of their last 17 quarters. And you take overtime into consideration. Against Adelaide, that was 2 of them, the 4th quarter and overtime, but they've really struggled. It's going to be 5 of 18 quarters where they're going to outscore their opposition. As Robinson runs into Blanchfield. That'll give the Taipans a last look at the quarter. Armstrong will pull it out. Waves off Menenga, wants to go it alone. Good defense from Robinson. Forces a tough step back. Good finish. And a little bit of momentum for the Cairns Taipans away from home. Plenty on the line in this one. Illawarra Hawks, good start. They lead by 4 points. quarter time. Win Entertainment Centre in Wollongong. And it's Illawarra Hawks leading an injury-depleted Cairns Taipans by 4 points. No Wardenberg, no Antonio, no next star Bobby Clintman. I believe the flu has swept through the team as well. This might be their version of the flu game. They're hanging in there. Illawarra take a 4-point lead. DJ Vasiljevic, Pete Hooley, what'd you make of the first quarter?
Well, I mean, you mentioned the flu game. You can kind of get the sense that they were a little bit slower, the Taipans, than they normally play, and whether that is that a few of them have been under the weather, and there's a foul off the ball on Bull Quoll.
His second foul of the game.
Yeah, you wonder why that's potentially why you come off the bench, say, look, you're too important to the team to be picking up quick fouls. And again, we mentioned to Jim McCall trying to pull back on certain things. You try and tell Bull Quoll, and I think it was last season, someone interviewed him at halftime, he had 3 fouls and said, how are you going to be able to pull back a bit? He said, I can't, because it's just not in my nature to do that, right? You don't want to take away what they do really well.
AJ Johnson getting his first minutes of the game. This is Clark continuing his red-hot form. Perfect 4 from 4 from the field. He has 11 points.
He's playing some unreal basketball, Halls. Now, if Illawarra keep winning, question is he in the MVP conversation?
Oh, hello. What are you throwing out those kind of nuggets for?
All NBL team.
All NBLs.
And it's positionless this year.
Yes, as we said, 25 points, 15 boards against Tasmania. The last player to do that was actually Sam Froling. Last year is AJ Johnson.
So he's at his best.
Giving it a spark, yep. Got his manager in the house tonight.
Oh, that's a big time.
Bill Duffy, big time player manager. I think Brad Rosen, we might try and see if he can get a little interview with him.
Big time name. Also represents the potential #1 pick in Alex Saar, Luka Doncic, and Yao Ming, Steve Nash in the past.
And The Rock, I've been told he managed as well.
It's a former Cane right there, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You shout out the Canes.
Yeah, took an L today. Dave.
Yeah,
I
I didn't want to bring it up. And there's also some Indiana and Utah reps in the crowd. And supposedly the word has it that our man Liam Santamaria, his coffee tab has been ran up of late.
It's Harvey with the floater. Still in the mock drafts and projections to go in the 50s, AJ Johnson. See if he can put on a show in this quarter. A bit of spark off the bench. As Quoll tries to knock down another one, leaves that short. Good hustle from Armstrong. Gets a second chance, and a second chance for Quoll. He doesn't need too many opportunities.
Not at all, not shy at all.
8 points, 2 or 4 from long range for Bull Quoll. Already got more points than he had in that win over the 36ers last week.
Great start from AJ Johnson, confidence boosting start. Let's not forget Illawarra just signed Kyle Adnam, championship winner. Came back from overseas. Bull Quoll tries 2 for $1. That's no good. Again, whether he hits the floor or not is another question. He only just joined the team, but he has to be suited up. Good hit there from Lat Mayan to qualify. Probably 8 games or so to qualify. So that's about where Illawarra have left.
Let's get down courtside to Matt Russell.
Yeah, Lat Mayan scores Cairns' first points of the quarter. The second period has been a struggle for the Taipans. They've lost their last 9 second quarters. When it comes to AJ Johnson and Dwayne The Rock Johnson, they might have the same manager. I guarantee you they don't have the same weights regime.
That is true. Spoke about Kyle Adnam. He played the 6 games, of course, for the Hawks back in 2014, 2015. What do you make of the signing?
Oh, that's where it all began. I mean, it's really good experience, isn't it, to add to this, to the youth coming off the bench.
Of course, replacement player for Dan Grider, out for the year. Grider, sorry.
So there's a Cairns foul, a technical foul on the bench. I tell you what, Bull Quoll picking up that 3rd foul.
It's a bench technical foul, not a coach technical.
So
Cole hitting the sideboard.
So there you go. So you can hear it right there from Vaughan Maybury saying Bull Quoll frustrated, hit the side. That foul that it was called on, his 3rd foul, it looked like Tyler Harvey kind of ran into him to initiate some contact, but we know Bull Quoll tends to get physical off the ball. I think that if it was close, maybe Adam Ford thought about challenging his 3rd foul. DJ, I'll take the reins here.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to say nothing,
yeah.
so.
I just saw you left your wallet in the green room for good reason.
I think he kicked the LED screen. You went to high school, didn't you, with Bull Quoll?
Yeah, went to Lake Ginninderra in Canberra, won a school national championship there in
What's he like?
2015. He's a very easy person, ongoing. He's very religious, carries the Bible around, listens to gospel music. So he's a great. He's probably one of the best teammates I've had, just because he's a good guy on and off the court.
Gary Clark continuing to light it up, and good ball movement as Miller misses a bunny.
Wow, that's going to be out of bounds there. Joey, just for your little tidbit.
Yep.
Half the Australian basketball population has been to Lake G High School.
Right.
So it's DJ's, it's not rare. And Mooseheads, there is Kyle Adnam.
Mooseheads.
He's
Academy when it was open too. That closed down recently.
He's changed a bit since back in his Illawarra Hawks days, and then also on the flip side, not so much.
Coming back after playing over in Romania. There's Gak.
Missed a couple at the rim now. The Taipans.
Cairns have gone with the two bigs. Josh Roberts is in the game.
There's AJ Johnson. He's feeling good about himself. Oh, that's halfway down. Would have set the crowd alight. They enjoy watching the youngster get some court time. Already got the 4 points against the experienced Pat Miller. He might just try and bully his way into the paint. Gives it off, good feed, good finds.
And they're sitting in this 2-3 zone right now, daring Cairns to shoot. They're 3 of 11 from 3, and Bulk Qualls hit 2 of those. And right now he's going to sit down, you'd think, for the rest of this second quarter with the 3 personals.
Cairns are going to need some of Josh Roberts' best.
Might be an offensive foul. It's the chicken wing. There's the 2 ways to do it in the post for an offensive foul. You're either going to have that big hook or you're going to use a little chicken wing.
Explain it for those at home, Pete, the chicken wing.
So here it is. You try and free up some space. Instead of the big hook, you're going to use your elbow like that. Little chicken wing. Try and create that separation. And right in front of the referee, it was an easy call in the end. And the one way you don't worry about that, DJ, you just sit on the 3-point line.
Yeah. Still in the zone. Gak tried to force that one to Roberts. It's another turnover, 6 turnovers already for the Taipans. It's Clark. But what about it? He's feeling good. He wants to get to his spot. He likes the matchup against Armstrong. Goes to work. Gets the help defense. Doesn't matter. Gary Clark, too good.
He's putting on a show right now, Gary Clark.
Look at that, just getting used to the mismatch. Nice little shot fake, bang, and one. He's 6 of 6 to start the game for 15 points. I'm telling you, Hools, if Illawarra keep winning games, keep climbing the ladder, he should be a legitimate contender for MVP.
Well, look,
he should be making free throws too.
I'm all right to keep the conversation going, because I think that conversation, the MVP conversation is, I think it's over. I think it is. I think it's safe to say that that's probably, we don't often go early with the Mr. Engraver, but he'd be halfway through.
I agree. It's Mr. Bryce Cobb.
Yeah, I think he'd be starting the second tee by now.
There's the call.
But all NBL first team is one for sure to keep an eye on, because it has, as we mentioned, it has been a guard-dominated league this season. But Isaac Humphrey's been playing well, Sam Froling as well, and just Gary Clark.
Why not go back to Clark? Again, he's got the matchup on Armstrong. This time, good defense. Now Armstrong's going to push it up the floor. You know, he's creative. We saw this a number of times last week. Draws the foul, and Gak will go to the stripe.
Well, Hawks have been sitting in this zone because, as I mentioned, without Bulk Quall out there who's hit 2 of 5 from 3, they're going to try and tempt Cairns to take some. And right now you've got Pat Miller, who shoots 28% on the season. Tajim McCall, which is 35%, which has been up. And then Taron Armstrong at just 23%.
Of course, don't miss your chance to be part of the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters Global Tour as they take to the court with moments of extreme basketball innovation and unparalleled fan fun. Coming down to a city near you. Make sure you grab your tickets, www.hg2024.nbl.com.au. You seen the Globetrotters, DJ?
No, I haven't. I should get out and watch, and you know, obviously I spend my off-season in Melbourne, so hopefully I can get out and watch a few games.
You'll be able to get some tickets. Would have thought.
Well, Hools knows a few people. Hopefully,
yeah, ask Hools.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming into a contract season too, so he'll have no problem getting some corporate box tickets. As AK Gak just ripping down rebounds for fun.
We've got 9 rebounds already. Gack to go with just the 3 points. Here's McCall. This time finds Roberts.
Time out here from Justin Tatum. That was pretty well defended, but again, to Jim McCall, that patience we've talked about this season just was under control, waited for the perfect moment to give that to Roberts to go up and finish.
Snooze timeout. They get within 3 points. Cairns Taipan trailed by 4 at quarter time. It's been all Gary Clark with the 15 points. We mentioned earlier AJ Johnson as his manager in the house. Well, Brad Rosen's been able to track him down.
That's right, we do have royalty in the house here. Bill Duffy, who is the manager to the Stars, the Rock, Luka Doncic, and of course our own next Stars, AJ Johnson. Why don't you tell us a little bit about AJ and how are you going?
I'm doing excellent. I love Australia. I've been here for 10 days. We have 4 players in the Next Stars program, so I want to see personally how AJ was progressing, and he's playing very well tonight, and the team's doing well, so I'm excited to see him.
Now, we in the NBL are so excited by the Next Stars, how players are coming down here and choosing us. Why are they choosing here and not other venues?
Because it's a men's league, it's competitive, and it just forces you to mature more quickly, and it gets them out of that U.S. environment where you got to really toughen up. So I'm so impressed with the physicality of the game. Alex Sarr is one of our clients who's a top prospect, and I was just commending him on how he's playing with all these men and playing physical. So this is really great preparation for the NBA.
We're so excited to see the draft coming up, which is a few months away. We are expecting guys to go quite high, and I assume you are as well.
Well, we expect that as well, and so that's why I'm here to see myself and position them after the season, but working with the great organizations here.
Now let's go in-house and go to the NBA, and you've got some big-name players. Tell us a little bit about them. Us in Australia, we love the NBA. We love hearing about them. Luka, it doesn't get much bigger.
Oh, Luka's great. He's one of the best players in the world. I represent Matthew Dellavedova, who's been amazing. He's had a great career, but, you know, basketball's so popular, and Australia's a great country as far as basketball development, so I expect a lot of great things to continue to happen in this region of the world.
Now, I believe you've been out to a few dinners while you're in Australia, and I've been asked to ask you which has been the best one, and I believe it's a few.
Well, that's a tough question because the food's amazing. So we went to a place in Melbourne, and obviously we had a great meal here last night. So I'd have to say it's a draw because the food was excellent, but the hospitality and the generosity was even better.
Well, it's absolutely fantastic to hear. We love the fact that we get the Next Stars. Thank you so much for joining us, and appreciate and have great fun in Australia.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Unbelievable to have him here. And one thing we forgot, Brad, to ask you is he's going to vouch to get Liam Santamaria in the green room for draft night. Next Star goes 1 or 2. All the other Next Stars get their names called. That man, if not shaking hands up there, at least giving some hugs.
I think he deserves it.
I think so too. Someone brought it up as a joke, I think, a couple of weeks ago to Cam Luke during overtime. But the more you think about it, the more it makes sense.
100%. You know, he's done a fantastic job, you know, over the years, but I think this is probably the best Next Star crop group we've had. So it'll be good to see him in the green room, especially if Sarr's going number 1.
Mason Peatling called for another offensive foul. Pretty even second quarter here. Russell touched on the Cairns Taipans and their struggles in second quarters. They've been outscored in the last 9 games. So it's been a real issue for them.
I think one player in double figures right now. That's Gary Clark doing all the heavy lifting. Hasn't been overly high scoring. A lot of that is because of this zone, but what a little look-away pass from Tajir McCall. Josh Roberts having an impact.
Up to 8 points. 12 points in 12 minutes last week. Getting some extended time. Injuries to a couple of his teammates. Harvey going with the right hand. Good defence.
Hey, wait, head down.
This is the defense. Look at Taron Armstrong. It's that Spanish action. He decides to come across and help. Jim McCall stays with it. But all of that came from Josh Roberts' activity on Sam Froling. He disrupted him. He was in a stance. He was moving non-stop, trying to have a little bites at it with his swipes. That is just great team defense from the Taipans.
Certainly got themselves back in the contest right now. Armstrong had that season high 18 points against Tassie in round 14. Touched on DJ getting better as the season goes on.
Yeah, you know, when you get healthy, your confidence starts to grow, and he played well against us, and he just continued to keep going and playing well.
That's what he does best. Lays it off to Robertson. Couldn't finish with the dunk.
These are the ones we actually have a look at, Joey, a potential coach's challenge. And Sam Froling doesn't call for him too often, but he immediately turned to Justin Tatum. And he's still trying to plead his case.
Well, that'll be his third foul if he doesn't.
This is why I'm okay. This is kind of the reason you use your coach's challenge, I think, in the first half. If you've got a star player picking up his third, but he's having none of it, he knows that they could be important later, but Sam Froling was adamant.
He's going to stay on the floor with the 3 fouls. We get down to Matt Russell.
Yeah, Josh Roberts, as you mentioned, Lee, 12 points in 12 minutes against Adelaide as he misses the first free throw. It sort of spoils my report that he dropped those 12 points at 100% shooting, if you don't mind. +4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a plus-minus of +15. For an import averaging only 8.5 minutes to get up to 12 last week and more tonight, but he gives away the burgers. Lee, back to you.
Yeah, you've jinxed him, Matty Russell. He's given away the cheeseburgers. Code word touch. Download the app for that Hungry Jack's cheeseburger. Kids in the crowd, they love it. Yeah, particularly in Illawarra is Froling. Good find to the hot hand of Gary Clark.
Really built a good chemistry together, those two. Interchangeable. And again, I think that just goes back to the credit to Adam Ford of just having players ready where their minutes could be really sporadic. Jim McCall just gets too deep.
Nice little touch floater.
First Taipan into double figures, 10 points.
Who's got a better floater game, Taj McCall or Jalen Adams?
Oh, jeez.
Or Big Sauce.
Oh, Big Sauce is up there. That's seen him miss 2 in his life, going back to the Phoenix Suns days. But I'll have to go past an MVP, isn't it?
Tyler Harvey has a nice floater too.
Oh, and that man.
Just 5 points for Harvey. He's really got himself going. Justin Robertson yet to score. And Pat Miller, only the 1 point. So a couple of prolific scorers for both these sides, just having quiet first halves. This time Miller plays distributor to Armstrong. Feet set, ties it up.
Mentioned a couple of times now that the flu going through the Taipans camp. Pat Miller hasn't looked like getting out of first gear right now, whether he's just recovering. He was one that had to deal with it. He's dishing out some nice assists. We normally see him really aggressive. Even on that one there. Just saying, okay, let someone else bring it up the floor. Mind you, the Hawks have sat in a zone. And as I say, right on cue.
He will go to the free throw line. Talk us through, DJ, playing defence on Pat Miller when he does drop that shoulder and those biceps that are the biggest in the league. How hard is it to defend?
The crazy thing is, you know, he doesn't lift.
What?
That's
he doesn't do weights.
Doesn't do weights. I was here last time, Halls, when we commentated a Cairns game, and he does not lift weights.
Ryan Brockhoff was teammates with him overseas in Europe and said the same thing. That's just how says he puts on weight, puts on muscle, sorry, too quickly.
Jeez.
Just to go back, obviously he's a strong body. He likes going to the right, but he just got to kind of absorb the contact and hope he misses, really.
Knocks down both his free throws. Now the Taipans are winning the quarter. And now they're leading in this game, so they've done well. They finish it off in this final 30 seconds. Harvey holds on to it again, gets to that mid-range. Now 2 of 8 for Tyler Harvey.
Can't get a 2 for 1, but they can really wind this down and get a good look.
Here's McCall. Oh, went with the Euro step, couldn't get the finish, but Armstrong having a real impact. Both ends of the floor. But Robinson wanted the foul. It's still going to be time. Taron Armstrong, 7 points. He's also got 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's been influential in this first half. Just the clock, yep, 1.1.
Plenty of time left for a catch and shoot. Might even be able to get a quick dribble in. potentially for Tyler Harvey to get to that floater. Not enough time for him to put it on the floor. No, everyone else might have to be a catch and shoot.
There's the finish. And a really positive second quarter for the Cairns Taipans. They outscored the Hawks by 8 points. They lead this one 44-40 away from home. As we said, it's been a struggle for them to win back-to-back games. They've been up and down all season, but they're doing a really good job in this first half. We'll get down. Sorry, Pete. We'll get down to Brad Rosen, who has Gary Clark with him.
I do, Gary. That's a tough second quarter there, down by 4. How are you seeing it?
Just looks like old Hawks basketball, to be honest. Ball sticking, we're not guarding. It's just one of those things where we either go 10 steps back and be the old Hawks, or we be the Hawks that we've been the last 9 games. So.
And what is that? Is that energy, or is that coming from the defensive end?
Playing the right way on offense and playing defense, staying together. They have no shooters, and we're not helping each other. We're all out there individual souls playing basketball.
Thanks so much. Good luck for the second half. Matty, throw to you.
Well, they might be down on troops, Brad, but they're not down on hope. Fighting back to lead by 4 at half-time. Josh Roberts, how do you assess the first half?
Well, I feel like we just came out here and played hard. You know, like you said, we missed some guys, so other guys got to step up, as well as myself. Just go out there and give it all.
12 points in 12 minutes last game at 100% shooting, 100% from the field again for you in the first half, 8 points. Assess your performance.
I mean, I just work. I'm in the gym all the time. I'm practicing. I'm working on my game. No matter how much I think I'm going to play, I'm always ready for the opportunity.
It's working well, Josh. Good luck in the second half.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So much on the line for both these sides. It's a nice night for basketball. We'll be back after this to dissect the first half.
Froling fires from long range.
Nice assessment inside. Froling just in time.
Froling wide open for the three and knocks it down.
As the youngest, I think I was lucky. I got to see a lot of the silly stuff they did and learn from it. But I mean, all of them, they're such inspirations for me.
16 now for Keely Froling.
Keely came back. She's won multiple championships. What Alicia's gone through over this last year, changing hands, and she's become 10 times the player she was before she did it.
Rolling again.
I mean, Harry, that's my big bro. You know, he always used to beat up on me when we were younger. And
Froling, much needed three.
as much as they've given to me, I hope I've given to them, and it's just cool to see where their careers have gone.
It's been in good form, Sam Froling. Oh! And then throws down a poster. Froling with a beautiful move.
I think I've always naturally kind of gravitated towards being a leader, whether it was when I was at the Institute or on the junior Aussie teams. For me, it's a leading by example so that these guys can follow in my footsteps. I think as a team, we laid a good foundation for our culture and what we want to be, and we're carrying it over into this season. Tight-knit group of guys. Every day is a joy to come into practice. You know, when we go through tough moments, we're not going to splinter and crack. We're going to come together stronger, and hopefully at the end of the year it shows.
Oh, what a performance from the Illawarra Hawks.
He's from a great basketball family, mum and dad and all the kids. Sam Froling, he has 2 double-doubles against Cairns already this season. Needs to get going if he's to go a third double-double. But where do you have him, the man who leads the Hawks in scoring and rebounds this season, in terms of the all-NBL teams, Brad?
Yeah, I think he's a lock for the second team. I think he's had an outstanding season, and especially on the back of the way they've been playing. For me, he's outstanding, and I love Justin Tatum is trying to get the ball inside and let him go to work. I think they need to get back to that.
Well, the Hungry Jacks highlights hopefully portray that it's been a little bit of a battle. We'll get to that in a moment. Rebounding, Brad, 26-16 in favour of the visiting team.
And that's what got them the second quarter there, the run that they needed. That is a big difference in a half of basketball, and they've just been able to get the ball and get out and run. Now, for the Hawks, well, they've been great. I mean, Clark is doing what Clark's doing, and he's so good for them. I love what he said to me at halftime. That's the old style. I don't like the way we're playing. They know they can score any time they like, but they can't just rely on that. It has to be the energy, the up, the in, the turnovers, the pushing, not getting out-rebounded and not allowing Cairns to dominate.
44-40 at half-time. These teams have been to triple figures in their last games and are high scoring. It's been an offensive grind, but not necessarily for Gary Clark.
Well, you look at that Blackmore short chart and you'd say to yourself, he needs to take more shots. That's as simple as it is. The way he's playing, it's not enough. But it's coming from the defensive end. They're not struggling on the offense. I know they've only scored 40, but it's the fact that they're having to grind the game out with Cairns. It's playing right into Cairns' hands. Great coaching by Ford, love what he's doing, and this team has come to play tonight.
Now the Taipan, who is 24 years old out of Alabama, Josh Roberts, an import who doesn't play import-like minutes, but the minutes he's been playing for them over the last couple of games have been really good.
You know what I love about him, Matty? That guy cannot play 1 minute, then come on the next, not play the next, play a few minutes here, but every time he steps on the court, he gives this energy. He is outstanding the way he plays, and tonight is very similar to what he's done in other games. It's the injection, 4 rebounds, 100% from the field, and more importantly, 8 very important points.
Well, it's a very important game for both teams, but especially the Taipans. They're in 7th, Sam Froling and the Hawks in 6th with an ambition to climb. The fans are in the house. They want another Hawks victory at home. We've got the second half coming your way next. Lee Montagna, Pete Hurley, DJ Vasiljevic, they've had a breather. They're back with the third quarter right after the break.
A massive second half about to get underway here at the Wynn Entertainment Centre in Wollongong. 6v7, in particular, the massive importance for the Cairns Taipans, sitting at 10 and 12, 7th spot. If they do slip tonight, they'll drop right away from the top 6, and there'll be a bit of a separation there, Pete. If they can win this game, they will jump the Illawarra Hawks into 6th spot. But we know they're streaky. It's been their issue all year, this inconsistency that we've heard a lot about. We take a look at their last 4 games, not just the win-loss, but the margins. How do they find the consistency to get the job done tonight?
Well, I mean, firstly, they need a full roster of health for a continued period of time. They haven't had that ever since the start of the season. And even Bull Cole had a wrist injury to start the season. But yeah, it's been their gap between their best and the worst is the largest in the league, I believe. They've won 6 games this season by double figures. They've also lost 6 games this season by double figures. And they've also won 1 and lost 1 by a single point. So it's hard, and it's just, I'm sure it's something that man in the top, Adam Ford's trying to figure out as well. It's just, how do we get that consistent team to show up? Because we've seen, I mean, the way they've played Melbourne United twice, the ladder leaders, they've also laid a couple of eggs. There is the importance of the ladder.
That's the live ladder, if the results stay this way, with Cairns getting the win.
As the live ladder says, mathematically speaking, everybody is a chance.
Even Adelaide believe they are a sneaky chance.
Don't count us out yet.
You're saying there's a chance.
There's a big chance.
And I'll tell you what, the Illawarra Hawks, we know they've been really consistent under Justin Tatum. We know they've won 7 of their 10 games, but what's been impressive has been both sides of the ball. So they're, in this time under Tatum, they're 3rd for scoring at almost 95 points a game, and they are 1st in competition points against an opposition field goal percentage. So they've found the right balance, haven't they, the Illawarra Hawks?
Yeah, something's clicked, you know, with the change in coach. And again, that's like us. We found something different in Adelaide as well. So the guys are playing hard, and yeah, it seems to be working.
And I think that's why you heard, if you did watch the press conference after the Brisbane game from Justin Tatum, he had a lot of positives to say. But still, they gave up a whole lot of points, which is just unlike that team.
And there is Gary Clark, and just heard him talk. How impressive is he when he talks, coming off, chatting to Brad Rosen at the half. He spoke about the way they weren't defending as a team, defending as individuals, and you mentioned that last game, they were really disappointed. They gave up the most points in the first quarter, the most points for the season at 110, and far too many free throw attempts, so no doubt the defence has been a focus for them.
It's also why the conversations have began to try and keep Garrett Clark in this uniform from next season and beyond. Once again, it's getting closer for Justin Tatum losing in the interim tag. You think that's almost a given with how well this team has responded to him taking over, but Garrett Clark has been unbelievable. High character, but an elite player. There's to Jim McCall.
Can't leave him wide open anymore.
35% from outside.
He's up to 13 points. Harvey, Robinson, Clark, Swarkle, Bullock and Froling on the floor for the Hawks to start this 3rd quarter. And they do go back down to their main man, Froling, who couldn't get that to fall. McCall, Miller, Armstrong, Gack and Quoll, the starting 5 from the start of the game out there for the Taipans.
Great pass.
Beautiful feed to Gack. And they've come out of the blocks well here, Cairns.
Also great awareness from Gack, because he thought that shot was going up. I see so many times Biggs just turn around ready for a rebound.
Froling does well. Clark gave up the 3 for the 2. And he's up to 21 points as we get down to Matt Russell, who was listening into the Hawks.
Yeah, Justin Tatum told his team that their transition was keeping them in the game, and as close as it was at halftime, he wanted them to play tougher, play through Cairns as Pat Miller gets it to go. I'll tell you who is playing tough. Gary Clark injured his knee in Tasmania. Really limited minutes and a limited output against Brisbane. It's heavily strapped under that leg stocking and was worked on extensively at halftime. Brad Rosen, down to you.
Yeah, I spoke to the Cairns coaching staff and I asked them what do they want, and it's all about pace. They want the ball pushed up, kick it ahead and play. They will be very happy with these first few minutes.
There's Froling being aggressive. That's what he does best.
1-0. Hits.
We go back to that last play with Taron Armstrong, like, just the vision there, Hawks. Like, you know, he's having a really good game. He's up to, what, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Do we see a second triple-double in the NBL season?
We don't like to, we've figured out now, the more you sit here, we don't like to say it now. You really have to wait. I mean, your teammate Trey Kell was calling that game, and Liam and I, we didn't say it until he was 1 away, because you can put the Aussie on him, mate.
That's all right. I'm not a commentator full-time. I'm a player in this league, so maybe I don't have the curse or anything like that.
Okay, well, is this free throw in or out?
In.
There, you got the curse, mate.
No, well, you've got the commentator's curse, DJ. But you're right, Armstrong having a really impressive game. Big influence on this one. There's Gak. Went downhill, couldn't get it to finish.
Back to your point, though, on Taron Armstrong, and even listening about the pace that Adam Ford wants to play with, this is a moment we've seen at the start of the season, and even midway through, the Taipans really wanted to get the ball in Pat Miller's hands to initiate the offense, and we're seeing a lot in this game. Whoever gets it, whether it's a defensive rebound or an outlet, whether it's McCall, Armstrong, or Pat Miller, they just go and run the offense, and everyone else fills the wing spots. Rather than having a designated point guard, I think Adam Ford's basically saying, okay, we've got 3 guys who are capable of bringing the ball up and initiating things. So let's just get out and run and try and play with that pace, and everybody move for each other, and that's what's happening.
There they go again, on cue. 3-point play opportunity for Pat Miller.
You got to keep in mind, Hulls, they brought in Pat Miller as a backup point guard.
Crazy. It's crazy. I think a lot of people forget that. We're so deep into the season that Taron Armstrong was injured at the start, so Pat Miller was the backup or to slot alongside and let Taron Armstrong have the ball in his hands more. But I like this look of having that 3-guard offense where there's no real designated position, just trying to get out and play. But also Justin Robinson right there, that is a braver man than most. If you've got Pat Miller running full steam at you, it's I'm out of the way.
100%.
Of course, they're being forced to play a bit smaller tonight, the Taipans. No Clintman, no Wardenberg.
They're big outs in terms of there's a Hawks team that likes to play through Froling and Clark. Because what it means is AK Gak is a pass from Sam Froling. He picked up the first foul in about 60 seconds. He's got to be really well disciplined. It kind of takes him away from trying to block too many shots because he has to stay out of foul trouble.
Question I have, Bulls, now, if Cairns can get on a roll, win a few games in a row, and you bring the guys back, how do you integrate them into that system?
And again, I think that's been the challenge for Cairns. We talked about their inconsistency and streakiness is they've had to deal with so much out of their control. Right back to pre-season when Bull Qual was hurt is an integral part of their makeup, and then to go away, they had to travel, they had sickness in the States, they had injuries. Jim McCall had the birth of his first child. They had all of that to deal with, but they just never had a good run at it to try and figure out the pieces. Same with New Zealand, could go down as the biggest what-if of talent we've seen in some time. And you can only play with what you've got out there, and again, in a game like this, it gives a lot of credit to the coaching staff of Cairns, but also the players for being ready for their opportunities.
Good hustle there from Gak, able to give them a second chance as McCall again. It's a good find. Armstrong just wasn't quite ready for it. And he's going to try and let another one fall. Now the Hawks just trying to get a bit more going on offense. Only the 17 points in that second quarter. Well, there is a man that can get their offense going, Tyler Harvey.
They need some more offense from somebody else. It's Gary Clark with 21, and then Swackler Bullock and Tyler Harvey with 8 apiece. And then there's only 3 other players who'll hit the scoreboard. Harvey Norman replay. Good take here from Gary Clark. Don't try and force anything. Harvey with his feet set. Normally likes to shoot it off the dribble.
A good shooter like that, that's a bucket list.
Well, you are a good shooter like that. More of a rhythm dribble type in those situations, or just a catch and let it fly?
It was funny, me and Trey Kell had a conversation yesterday. He says, I make the most difficult threes, but I can't hit a wide open one. So
there's Miller getting that mid-range to go.
That's made some big threes of late as well.
So crucial, Miller and McCall in that fourth quarter and overtime. Their win against the Adelaide 36ers last week. It's a young side, but they're the 2 experienced heads as Froling gets that one to go.
I'd like to see them go back to Sam Froling. Just got the 8 points. Hasn't looked too aggressive yet. And all Gary Clark, I think that they can just try and play through Froling in this third quarter.
Played 127 consecutive games, Sam Froling, as well in the last 4 and a bit years. So doesn't miss any basketball. Still only 23 years of age. And Harvey was looking for him in the lob.
It's a bad foul.
Yeah, that's going to be the fourth foul on ball qual. I still think his third one should have been potentially looked at for a challenge, but it's not going to matter because he's going to have to sit down now because this is an easy call. Trying to bump Sam Froling. And I think he had the right idea. I think he was trying to box out if Tyler Harvey shot a floater and didn't try and lob it up to Sam Froling. I think he got caught out once Harvey made that a pass.
And a bit of a breakdown on defence. The fouls are just starting to stack up now. Here for the Taipans. We already know they're a bit thin depth-wise tonight. Ball qual with the 4 fouls. Gack's got 3. Taron Armstrong's got 3. And now Lat Main picks up another foul.
He looks disappointed, doesn't he?
Thanks to Reebok, the official footwear partner of the NBL. This is your chance to sit in a Pumped by Reebok seats at John Cain Arena, the best seats in the house, on February 18. Flights and accommodation included. Plus, you get $500 Reebok gift voucher to gear up in style. Enter now at nbl.com.au/Reebok.
Or just get the QR code. That's what I was there for. Flights and a com?
Yeah. And a $500 gift voucher. It's worth entering. Just spend 30 seconds of your time. Jump on.
Good chance to get on TV as well.
Courtside seats. Nothing better, DJ. Do you take notice of the people sitting courtside at the games when there's celebrities in the house? Do the players sort of just have a little look and see who's in the house?
In Adelaide, we've had quite a few. We had Kokonakis. We've had a few of the Strikers BBL players.
Had a couple of one of them I heard. It's a nice little celebration. I think we might get a coach's challenge here. Called for it in the second quarter. We're going to get one here, it looks like.
There is a coach's challenge. We'll review this and have a look. We'll speak about this Cairns Taipan side. They're the only team in the competition that have had 8 different players score 20+ points. They've got different guys that can light it up. 40's going to challenge this out of bounds call. Pete, you've got about a 21% strike rate this year, but
yeah, not bad.
Talk us through it.
I think we'll be right on the last one. Oh, I think he might be okay. It looks like Gary Clark. The problem is...
No, that's off Clark.
The problem is with these ones is...
Oh, actually.
Anafort's right down the other end. That angle there, I think what we're going to have here, so the replay center has more angles than us and the ability to cut and zoom in, because what we might have...
Talk us through it. What's the protocols of the players and how does it work? Like, who does the coach listen to? Who decides? How does it sort of go with these challenges when the coach has to trust the player?
Honestly, I have no clue. I'm 2 from 2 myself this year, so
right.
I trust myself. But we have a few, coaches who review, quickly as we possibly can, and obviously Scott Innes can take it if he wants. But yeah, I'm 2 from 2, so.
Is there a player in your team that the coaches shouldn't listen to?
There'd be a few.
Yeah, they shouldn't. Like, they would just challenge anything.
There'd be a few.
Isaac would be one.
I trust the big fella.
No, I do, but he's a bit goofy at times.
Yep.
No disrespect to Isaac, I'm good mates with him, so.
I would hope so.
I don't know, honestly.
I think it's, again, the way that I've been looking at coaches' challenges is if you're protecting your superstar to get a 3rd or 4th foul, if you can protect them from the 3rd or 4th foul, then that's when you want to use it. So if it's the 3rd foul in the first half, and what we saw either Sam Froling or ball qual, and then it's a 50-50, you look at it there. If it's a 4th foul in the 3rd, I'd be looking at it if it's close, and then otherwise save it for the last quarter, because this right here, you look at it, it's just an out-of-bounds play. There's no free throws, there's no fouls. It's right down the other end. It seems to be a little 50-50 from both angles that we saw.
Review, the coach's challenge is successful. The call has been overturned. We have a Cairns ball with 24 seconds. 24 seconds.
In the end, that's why you do it. That first angle was clear than what we saw from Gary Clark, so great ice from 40.
He had one game last year where he was 5 or 5 in the game or something.
Oh, I think he went on a streak.
4.8 going on the shot clock.
He's been pretty good, to be honest.
Here's Miller again, just starting to get that mid-range to fall. That's danger signs for the Hawks.
Been really aggressive in this 3rd quarter, up to 12 points now.
Spoke about him being a barometer. In losses this year, he's averaged 16 points at 43% from the field. When they've won, 22 points at 55%. As AJ Johnson again comes in and has immediate impact.
Been really good in his minutes, AJ Johnson. Time out in transition or just getting downhill like that. His athleticism is his biggest strength.
Matt Russell, you're listening in to Justin Tatum in that timeout?
Yeah, Cairns won the timeout, or the challenge, but the timeout, as we look at Cairns drained 3 more, gave Justin Tatum the chance to rip into his team about rebounding, especially offensively. Cairns winning 12-4 on that front. They've won their last 4 games when they won the rebound count.
Going to go back. Cairns ball, well defended by Tajima McCall. We keep talking about how good offensively he's been this year. We forget he's an elite defender. And they're right, the rebounding count is phenomenal.
Well, number 2 in the league, defensive rating-wise, this Cairns Taipans side. It's crept up on a few. They do defend really well, and that is going to be something that'll be looked at.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be looked at. Anytime you go over the shoulder, up near the head.
Might have just been a bit of frustration and retaliation potentially from the...
Front, but there's definitely a clear reach around.
Call at the other end.
What makes it look worse is goes to the ground and then the reach around again gets around the neck. But I think it's worth looking at to see if it's worthy of an upgrade. Review for illegitimate attempt to play the ball. So C1. So we've got a replay center. We've got a normal foul on Harvey. We just want to review it to see if there's a no play at the ball.
Here the referees there, they're reviewing it now for if there's any play at the ball.
So what have we got? Baseline.
And they're just going to go with the normal foul. So potentially they're saying the call probably made it look a bit worse than it was. So baseline call for Tajima McCall. That was down the other end, so that's where Harvey was frustrated with the no call. And will play on. Menenga checks in with Josh Roberts and Mayen to return to the bench here with their 2 experienced heads in McCall and Miller. And there is McCall. And now Johnson looking to push the pace. Harvey to Clark, who's got the 23 points. Again, gives up the look. Johnson will fire. And the second one that's been halfway down. The good hustle from Peatling, or Blanchfield it was.
He was crashing the glass on the weak side. No one got a body. A free run at it.
Normally very reliable free throw shooter, Todd Blanchfield.
Really testing it out, ain't you, Joe?
No problems here.
Go, Todd. Sorry, mate.
Knocks them both down. Real arm wrestle in this game, both sides keeping it within single figures. Cairns taking the lead through this second and third quarters after a bit of a sluggish start. Menenga, we know he's got the range. What are you seeing, DJ? Who do you think is playing the better basketball at the moment?
I think Cairns still have control, but Illawarra needs to get the ball inside just like that.
Yeah, good call on cue. Blanchfield and Peatling, good find. Hawks fans like it. Snooze timeout called. Wally Bales likes it also. Of course, we know, you can see all the rainbows. It is Pride Round that we are celebrating, the Champion Pride Round. Celebrating inclusion and diversity, where NBL is a place for everybody. And caught up with Isaac Humphries just to speak about the importance of Pride Round.
The way I get to be proud and give back to the community that, lifted me up when I was down or lifted me up when I, made my announcement and stuff like that, is very important to me. So that's what pride means to me. Pride means not just being proud of myself for figuring a lot of stuff out about myself and my sexuality, but prideful, you know, to represent a community that that has lifted me up over the last year, and prideful to be a part of a community that is about happiness and joy and acceptance and positive things for once.
Of course, a special meaning for Isaac Humphries, the only openly current gay basketballer, a teammate of yours. DJ, you must be very proud of him, and you can see with the weight of the world off his shoulders when he came out last year, the season he's having, it's no surprise he's playing his career best basketball.
Yeah, 100%. I've known Isaac for 12 years now, and just you can see the weight and how happy he is, and that's really all that matters, is being happy, being included. You know, basketball's a safe haven for everyone, honestly. So just to see him the way he's playing, and as I said, he's playing unreal basketball the past few weeks. So just to see him happy and just continue that, and I'm always going to support him no matter what. And I think the whole NBL community will continue to do so.
Great tweet. Well said.
It's been a wonderful initiative in recent years. Got a good game of basketball in our hands here. Important final couple of minutes to finish this third quarter. Taipans just hanging on to this lead. The Hawks aren't going away. Shot clock down to 4. And McCall's going to have to let it fly. He's missed a couple now this quarter.
AJ Johnson just sneaking in for some defensive rebounds.
Playing with a lot of confidence with his agent courtside.
Once he does the first couple of buckets, everything else seems to open up. He's trying to get out in transition. Just needs to get a couple of quick ball screens and get on the rim.
Here's Clark. Good move, couldn't finish, and then Peatling's going to draw the foul. Matt Russell down courtside.
Yeah, just further to AJ Johnson, we know the scouts are in the house. He is giving them something to watch. Those last 3 defensive rebounds over the last couple of minutes have been absolutely breathtaking. Not necessarily the rebound, but he's in the air, all arms and lengths, then in transition, his acceleration, his speed. It's breathtaking watching him go from rebound into the front court in the blink of an eye. And DJ and Pete, what sort of obstacles and difficulties does that give a defensive team? Just how exciting is the speed of AJ Johnson as Gary Clark heads to the bench?
He's one of them guys you can just let loose a little bit. So once he gets the rebound, I think that's where he's at his best, getting out in transition.
One shot.
And that's how he's going to insert himself into a game. I like this next guy, I really do. He's been given the opportunity under Coach Tatum, and I think he still needs a year to develop. So I would like to see him back in Illawarra colours, and hopefully he can, you know, develop, and who knows, he might be top 10 pick next year or whatever he decides to do.
And the way I like to look at it is, it's another rebound here. When you look at the way he started the season compared to now, he's a completely different player, to be honest. Playing with the confidence, he's under control a lot more, knows his strengths, just like that, on cue. Knows what he does really well and is honed in on that. Doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes anymore. It's the beauty of the program.
He's got the 8 points and 5 rebounds. Right, we just see the confidence he's got in his game at the moment.
They see that drive. Hall's just, he's surveying the floor. A lot of young guys don't survey the floor like that, Halls, after you come off the screen. If you see a bit of room, they'll go downhill as fast as they can, but he slowed down, a little hesitation.
And it's even more so, even more rare to see it in a player who knows that's his strength, right? You're normally just so adamant, okay, I'm getting a rebound, I'm getting downhill, and I'm just going at 100 miles per hour. That little skip to just see, okay, where's all the defenders at? Then turning the jets on, that shows the maturity that he has already had in that defensive possession there. He's already had since being this long in the NBL.
They're cranking up the defense here late in this quarter. The Hawks, there is Johnson again, couldn't finish. Almost able to get his own rebound in there. He gets the turnover. So good energy from AJ Johnson off the bench. For the youngsters, okay. And the other next star, Bobby Clintman, not playing with some concussion symptoms. He looks to be fine. Jim McCall, just his second personal. Good little mini run here by the Illawarra Hawks.
Sorry? That's what it seems like, yeah.
I think we're going to get a challenge here from Adam Ford onto Jim McCall. To Jim McCall's second foul.
I just caught your body language out the corner of my eye, DJ. You weren't initially sure it was a foul. Maybe worth a challenge?
I
Again, I'm trying to stay off the
I know,
referees, but I'd like to see the replay.
Oh, okay.
It looked like he tripped over his own feet on the spin move. So.
What are you saying?
Oh, no. That is a liable.
I know, I just want to see.
So I believe the specific foul on the floor was a holding foul, which we know how the coach's challenge works. You're challenging the specific foul. So, well, I'll tell you what, the baseline angle might tell. If there's a bit of that right hand just pulling on AJ's shoulder, so it's the right hand, that right there, that's where the foul is.
This is why we have all these different camera angles, Halls, and I just play.
Well, again, I thought initially, I was like, yeah, there's not a hole in that. But that right there, the right hand on the shoulder, as he's already falling, he didn't have to do it. I think he would have been okay. Because there's not a hole on that, but just that right arm just grabbing that shoulder of AJ Johnson as he was already going down.
After review, the coach's challenge is unsuccessful. The call on the floor stands. We have 2 shots.
That's that tough one that if they called play on, I don't think anyone would have a problem with it, but because there was technically that contact to the shoulder.
Well, it's also, again, if a referee deems because of going down and say it was a blocking foul and you're challenging that, he's probably going to win it. Well, he is going to win it because it's not a blocking foul. It was a hold. It was that pull across the shoulder. You saw all the different angles they were looking at.
It just looked awkward. So that was my view from behind as well, actually. But I did the right thing with you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate it. If I just walked away from it, then you've got a fair point.
I like that.
Vaughan's one of the best. The way he just interacts, he's a veteran of the league.
Are you in veteran status yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not even completed full seasons of the NBL yet.
This is both free throws. It's disappointing for AJ Johnson. McCall and Armstrong. Shot clock down to 8. Wanted Menenga, because Roberts had set the pick, so I think Armstrong goes it alone. He's another young man playing with confidence tonight.
It's been really good, Taron Armstrong. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Just the 1 turnover.
Albury getting some minutes, Peatling on the floor as well, so a different looking lineup for the Hawks. Here's Lee. Great hustle from AJ Johnson, and then unfortunately turned the ball over. Main will pull it out for the final shot of the quarter.
Go.
The Taipans will lead. It'll just be by how much. There's McCall again.
It's that float game, Halls.
There's the float game. It's tough. DJ likes it. And we've got a good game on our hands here. The Taipans holding on to a 4-point lead. Plenty on the line for these two sides. Stick with us, big 4th quarter right after this. Trailing by 4 points at quarter time. Cairns led by 4 at the half, and they still lead by 4 at 3/4 time. This is going down to the wire, and we'll get straight down to Brad Rosen courtside.
Very interesting, boys, and I wanted to ask DJ this question. Bull Cole, 4 fouls. You're out by 4, 10 minutes to go. You now step in the court. DJ, if this is you, how is your mindset? You don't want that 5th. What do you do?
I don't really play defense that much, so I would probably be guarding the weakest offensive player out there. So I think Bull Cole and Swiker is a good matchup right here.
What do you do if you're the Hawks then? Do you attack Bull?
I would try to put him in some pick and rolls, just see how he guards it, try and get some switches, onto Froling or Gary Clark and just use the mismatch. So we'll see if he can stay out of foul trouble and finish this game out.
Here's Swiker the Bullock, picking up where he started the game. Aggressive.
You're a very self-aware man, DJ.
Swiker probably heard me, so.
I meant the first part of your statement.
Into double figures, 11 points.
Playing D's overrated.
Sometimes you have to.
Fast start into this 4th quarter. Robinson looking to be aggressive.
Scored Justin Robinson. 0 of 6.
Froling just the 8 points.
Taron Armstrong just picks up his 4th foul.
He gets over the screen. What else is he supposed to do? He got over the screen. I don't even know what happened from where I was, Adam. Get the fuck out of here.
So, Adam Ford, not as friendly as he was with the referees only a couple of minutes ago.
Glorious.
Apologies to everyone listening. So Qual's got the 4 and Taron Armstrong's got the 4. Just the heat of the battle. Means plenty, as we've touched on a number of times for these two clubs. It's another foul. And that's going to be Mayon's 3rd foul. So all of a sudden, the 5 players that are on the floor, except for Tajir McCall, have either got 3 or 4 fouls. Gary Clark will go to the stripe.
Well, his frustration with the first one is that the way he's trying to tell his guards to defend is they're not going under screens, they're fighting over everything. He said Taron Armstrong had done his job. What more is he supposed to do if the defense is trying to have their elbows out?
Knocks down 1 of 2. Just 9 of 18 from the free throw line. The Illawarra Hawks, mentioned earlier, both these sides, in their previous game, had the opposition to have 46 free throw attempts. Well, nothing like that tonight. Pretty disciplined. It's 18 free throws for the Hawks, just 9 for the Taipans as McCall.
Hawks have only hit 9 of those free throws, 9 of 18.
Robinson again looking to push the ball, turnover. Turnover number 7 for the Illawarra Hawks. A pretty good team at protecting the balls. There might have been a bit of contact on Clark, and Armstrong misses the layup.
Just back-to-back careless turnovers from the Hawks.
Who's going to take this game by the horns? Hawks can move up to typically as high as 3rd at the end of this weekend if they can get a couple of wins. Cairns, we touched on earlier. The difference between a win and a loss here, sitting in the 6th, or really about 3 games out.
That's phenomenal defense from Gak. Just discipline, kept his hands out, just used his physicality. He trusted that there might be a couple of help coming across.
McCall again, draws the foul. Bit of a heads-up experienced play, and there's that floater game again, DJ.
Float game, Halls. Telling you.
Oh, it's up there. No doubt about it, it is up there. Have a look at the game he's putting together once again. 19, 6 and 6. He's 9 of 19 from the floor. But right now I feel like he has, realising he's got to be a bit more aggressive. His ball qual, just that was simple. And what helps is the pressure that McCall had, and then there's the length of AK Gak. It's the team defense being interchangeable in this Cairns unit. Versatility is their biggest strength.
Yeah, McCall just keeping up his form. His last 3 games averaging 21.5 points, 6 rebounds and 8.5 assists. He's on track for something similar again tonight. Insignificant. So's this man, Clark. Couldn't quite get that one to drop.
Well, this is on.
Okay.
He's done.
Foul out.
That's 5 fouls. So okay, Gak, there's no challenge left. He was defended very well from Bull Qual. Stay out of foul trouble.
They bring Roberts back into the ball game. There's AK Gak. He's out.
He didn't like it. I think finished the game with 5 points and 11 rebounds. Really frustrated with either himself or that call.
Just have to be careful here. Taron Armstrong got the 4 fouls, and Bull Qual, as we know, also sitting on 4 fouls. Become a factor down the stretch. So free throws. Clark up to 26. There's McCall again. He's now starting to struggle from the field. Not Qual, and he knocks it down. And the Hawks now trail by 4.
Josh Roberts. Again, we're talking about guys being ready. Offensive rebound. 12 offensive rebounds for the Taipans. Bull Qual, feet set.
They go to Clark again. And once again, he draws a foul.
And that one there from Tajir McCall. He's an elite defender. Tried to gamble on the initial entry pass, but after that, just got to be solid.
Already a PB for Gary Clark, 26 points this season. He's been on fire. Remember, basketball fans, the No Bull 2 up, the Chicago Bulls, 3 of their best. Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Luke Longley coming to Australia. Presented by Coca-Cola. Some storytelling, never before told stories. Shows in Hobart, Melbourne, Sydney this February. Check it out. Tickets start at $79, nbl.com.au/NoBull. Fine from Armstrong, and then McCall at the turnover. Number 4 for him. As Robinson looks to be aggressive, met solidly. Going upstairs, foul called.
1, hit, 2.
Fouls on Pat Miller. Came down awkwardly there too, Justin Robinson. Sells in the open floor.
Oh, Miller. It's a good case to think he had all ball. It might have just been on the way down.
That left hand. Little push.
An awkward landing for Robinson.
Well, the foul's been changed, it sounds like, to Taron Armstrong, which means he's done.
Wow.
So initially the call was on Pat Miller. Now it's Taron Armstrong, which means...
Now they might challenge this.
Well, they can't. He just lost the last challenge, but...
Of course.
So I might have to have another look at this to see... So I think I was right with you, DJ.
There you go, man. Because that wasn't on me, though. That's what we've got. That's what James has got.
The left arm of Pat Miller, I mean, is stronger than most. Oh, okay. Well, again, I think the baseline angle will tell us this might. I think Taron Armstrong's more upset the initial call wasn't on him.
So watch Armstrong's left hand here. They're saying that was on the wrist. That's it on the wrist, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they got it right in the end, but I think the frustration coming from Taron Armstrong is that he thought he got away with it because it was on Pat Miller, who's got 0 fouls. And again, in hindsight, if on Pat Miller and that foul gets called, it's hand up. It's hand up to the bench saying, yeah, that's me.
Straight away.
And the referee, they might not even try and think about overturning it or changing it. In the end, it looks like they got the right call.
Armstrong checks out.
Pat Miller didn't do a whole lot wrong.
So the 9 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for Taron Armstrong. After DJ said he'd get a triple-double.
Commentator's call, sorry.
It's a blow for Adam Ford now. Already short-handed with his roster. He's missing 2 of his stars. So Pat Miller, this is Pat Miller time, 4th quarter.
Last time these two teams play on this floor, Pat Miller took over.
Let's get down courtside to Matt Russell.
Yeah, the Hawks fans, the loudest they've been tonight, Lee. They can smell blood in the water. Remember, the Taipans came into this as they forced a turnover without 3 players already, big names. They've lost 2 more to foul outs. They've got Bull Quoll nursing 4 fouls. If they get out of jail here with their season on the line, it will be Herculean.
Might be Miller time. You know, he had the 15 points in that 4th quarter and overtime against the 36ers, and his mate McCall was the other one who had 13 clutch time points. Knocks down a clutch 3. Go to the break, snooze time out. Taipans leading by 5. Tajir McCall has now helped himself to 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He's been so solid this year. His best year as a Taipan.
It's been awesome, Jim McCall. That's a big-time knockdown. More turnovers, but he's had to do a whole lot more. You're looking at, I mean, Sam Meninga's the one who only played it 10 minutes. So someone else has to be warm, ready to go.
Josh Roberts is having a quiet game, like quietly good game.
Unbelievable.
He's got 8 points, 6 rebounds, but he's a plus 13 when he's out there.
14 minutes.
That's the Cairns Taipans, just keeping the Illawarra Hawks at arm's length. You think in this 4th quarter, it's going to be off the back of these 2. The experienced campaigners, the best mates, McCall and Miller. They did it against your boys last week, DJ, and they look like they might be doing it again in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
That's all you got, just...
Yep. He doesn't want to remember that. Like, that's a good win last night, Joey. Tajir McCall, this is what he does. This is why they brought him in. Hasn't just shown it a couple of times. It's been part of his resume.
You know, the Hawks have got plenty they can go to. It can be Clark, it can be Froling, it might be Harvey. Clark's had the hot hand in this game. He gets doubled. Good defence from the Taipans. And then a foul has been called. Who's it on?
That's Tajir McCall.
That'll be his 4th.
And so you say the referee saying hit to the face again. I thought that was well defended. They came down for the double team. Whether they just got him across the lid in the last second.
24 fouls have been called on the Taipans, 15 on the Hawks. So now McCall and Quoll sitting on 4 personals.
40s.
Just have to keep their composure now. Here the Taipans finish the job. Been so gallant without Clinton and Wardenberg. Oh, Antonios. Clark's 8 of 11 now from the stripe.
15 of 25 from the stripe, 6 of 10 for Cairns. So that's Tajir McCall's 4th. It's tough, really tough.
That's, again, missed a couple, but stepped in early, so he'll get another free throw, it looks like, as we get down courtside to Brad Rosen.
Yeah, was listening into the timeout, and Adam Ford, he was very emotional in there and saying he's loving what we're doing, and everything they're going to do is go through Clark and go through Froling. So they want to double and double hard. The man, he is so fired up, Adam Ford. Watch out, and he is right in those referees. Matt, what do you got?
Yeah, Justin Tatum fired up as well as Blanchfield grabs a big rebound. He demanded his team shows a hand and gets in the face of the Cairns Taipans. At least they're fighting back on the boards with Sam Froling. 9 of them. Justin Robbins couldn't get that to go. And Froling, that's 10 rebounds. He's not too far away from his 3rd double-double this season against Cairns.
They got a couple of offensive rebounds. And then Tyler Harvey gets it to drop, just the 10 points for him. And we know he's another one down the stretch. He's clutch. Miller, good ball movement. Roberts.
Been really good, Josh Roberts. He's played the 15 minutes, but boy, has he had an impact. 10 points, 6 rebounds.
Plays that dunker spot really well, Hulls.
Again, I think he just knows his strengths and knows his athleticism. It's Tyler Harvey. Would have been perfect to time up with playing to your strengths.
The best defensive teams under Justin Tatum. They're going to have to play some defense here, the Hawks. Miller getting going in this fourth quarter.
So tough because you try and match his physicality, but you can't do it without being illegal. He's just too strong and he uses his strength.
Up to 16 points now. Hard to keep him down. And then they force the turnover, the travel, as we take a look at the Harvey Norman replay. Talk us through that sort of spot, yep.
Nice little pocket pass to that man. Josh Roberts just hanging there and bang.
Not so much hanging there. You mentioned plays are well. You've got to anticipate that. So by the time that ball comes, you're already half a second away from getting in the air, so that when Sam Froling does eventually come across, he can't even do anything but potentially foul.
We need to see here from the Hawks, DJ. How can they get back in this? How can they eat into this margin? They just can't quite get over.
I think they just need to go back to Gary Clark in the post and then play off of it, really. I would play a little split game action with Todd Blanchfield and Tyler Harvey, and just try and get some movement, because right now it's a bit stagnant. Just
go down to Froling. Almost great defence from Josh Roberts. But the foul's been called.
Looks played that pretty well, Josh Roberts.
Hands foul, 2 shots.
4 barking instructions, just be solid. See it right there across the wrist. Didn't like that. I don't think he meant to do it. Just trying to get out the way.
Just a 62% free throw shooter, Sam Froling. Knocks down the first.
One.
Froling the only real hawking foul. Trouble just with the 3 personals, so they're in pretty good shape here.
And again, I think that came from frustration. So I saw you move a couple of possessions ago, DJ. Lat Mayen had a big offensive screen that looked like that could have been called. Wasn't called. And I think in your own mind, if you get away with that one time, you're going to try and do it again.
Huge ramifications for the season in this game. 6v7. Playing spot on the line. There's not many games left as Clark again gets 30, and he might make it 31 points.
Just puts the ball on the floor. Goes at Lat Mayen. It's a little rush of contact.
Here we go.
Lat Mayen picked up his 4th foul too.
It wasn't a heap, but it was enough, and then it's a 3-point play.
And they're back within 2. Of course, they stay at home, the Hawks, to take on the Adelaide 36ers on Saturday night. And the Cairns Taipans go home to play Brisbane on Sunday. One of them will get the W tonight, inside the final 3 minutes. Good feed from McCall. Roberts gets his own rebound. Quoll,
massive.
Clutch.
Give it to Ball Quoll, but Josh Roberts, the ability to get that rebound after you just missed.
And then Blanchfield answers at the other end.
The vet.
They're going blow for blow.
The vet horse.
Here we go. And we know how this game ended last time these 2 teams met. Looks like we're heading down the same path.
Last time they were here, it was Tyler Harvey with .2 to go.
Yes,
DJ keeps loving that float game.
I'm telling you, Hawks.
Hawks straight back.
Blanchfield, a golden opportunity for a 3-point play, but he'll go to the free throw line.
The Hawks shooting free throw 30 and 31 tonight, Hawks.
2 shots.
Just at 62% though, they've left a few on the stripe.
They have.
Cairns only gone on the free throw line 10 times for the game. Blanchfield.
Been a couple in this last quarter. It's definitely been unlucky, I think. That's where the frustrations come from Adam Ford. Those ones right there where you just don't get back in defensive transition after a make. Those can't happen.
19 of 31 now.
Thought he's going to have your back, but those ones where he knows you need to have someone in that safety, that outlet pass can't happen. It's hard.
Hawks looking to get a stop. Miller looking to get to his spot. He's missed his last couple. Chance right here for Illawarra. Harvey pulls up. Seen him do it plenty of times. And he ties the scores up at 87 apiece.
He's had a quiet night, but we know right now it's Tyler Harvey time.
McCall again, just starting to fall short. Maybe some fatigue setting in. Chance for the Hawks to take the lead. Harvey just calls the Jets, lays it off. And they go to the experienced head of Clark. He's got 31. He backs down Miller. He spins. He gets to his spot. Gary Clark putting on a show.
Up to 33 points, Halls.
It's great verticality from Josh Roberts. I thought he did enough to worry him out of it. Gary Clark's just having that kind of night.
11 of 13 from the field. Highly efficient. Over to the Taipans. McCall waves Roberts away. Wants to go one-on-one with Harvey. And his radar's been off the last few minutes.
I think he settled for that because the rest of his team just brought the defenders close to him. He's got to stay spread or move off the ball. Let him try and get downhill.
Now it's the Hawks in the box seat.
Dagger warnings right here. Step back type threes.
This will send the Win Entertainment Centre nuts.
Okay.
It's going to be Harvey.
That's the one.
Here he goes again. Oh, not quite. McCall just drops the shoulder, gets the bucket, and a chance to put the Taipans back in front. He wasn't shy that he'd missed his last 4 shots.
What has he done again? Caught the ball, already in stride. Todd Blanchfield can't get there legally. And this is a big free throw right here. It's been excellent tonight to Jim McCall. 27, 7 and 6.
I'm calling time out. Hey!
He's a 65% free throw shooter this season, though, to Jim McCall, so it's no certainty.
Saying, what's the timeout? This goes in.
Clutch knocks it down. 28 points for Tajir McCall. Justin Tatum calls a timeout. Both coaches will talk through it for the final play. Snooze timeout.
He's been excellent. Again, the ability, and again, in hindsight, if you're Todd Blanchfield, it's hard because you want to try and make a play, but really the last thing you give up in that is a three-point play. If you're going to foul, you almost want to make sure they don't get the ball up.
Well, these two teams, they played here in round 5. It was Illawarra by a point, and it was off the back of this man, Tyler Harvey. Will it be deja vu again, DJ? This was earlier in the season. The Hawks had only won 1 game at this point of the season. They were really struggling. And we've seen him do it time and time again.
You never know, it might actually happen. The NBL is full of surprises.
One thing I'm still on.
Who do they go to, Pete? Who do they go to?
I'm going to go to Clark right now. I think you're going to try and run a 2-man game that has both Tyler Harvey and Gary Clark in it, so you make the Cairns defense have to try and figure something out of where is it going. But I'm feeding Gary Clark in a bit of an ISO. Let him make a play. He's got 33 points, 11 of 13 from the field. Let Gary Clark
Remember, they have
the
won.
right read.
Yeah, they've won 12 of their last 13 home games against Cairns. Matt Russell, you're listening into the Hawks huddle.
Yeah, Justin Tatum has drew up a play for Clark, and then he said as soon as we score, we've got to go quick to score, then we foul, we've got fouls to give.
That would be presuming they miss. Or either or, sorry, with the fouls to give, as Andy correctly stated. You want to make sure that you don't waste too much time.
So they're not going to look like save it for the final shot. They go to Clark. Gets to his spot, loses possession. Good defense from Roberts. Clark again. Points count.
Oh, wow.
Crowd on their feet. Now the Hawks Hawks back in front.
Is that on Taj McCall?
I think so. I think that's Jim McCall's night done. Josh Roberts, what a fantastic defensive possession from him. Firstly, it was McCall. He got the block, and then it fell straight back to Gary Clark, and unfortunately, it's Jim McCall just caught out of position. Have a look at this. This is just really good defense, and then Gary Clark got to his spot. Hands there, then Josh Roberts said no. Then it's straight back, and if it's Jim McCall, it's hard. The instincts take over, just trying to make a play. All this means is we're 12.3 seconds away from most likely overtime. That's usually what happens. We got a timeout left, the Taipans. With McCall out, the ball will be put in Pat Miller's hands. He'll rise up from the mid-range, and we'll have another 5.
Only 4 players this season have scored 36 points or more. Bryce Cotton, mind you, has done it 3 times. Point number 36. They give the Hawks a 2-point lead. Gary Clark, 12 of 15 from the field, 10 of 14 from the stripe. He puts his side in the box seat, and now it's over to Adam Ford and the Cairns Taipans. Snooze time out.
I like the set. We said they were going to go to Gary Clark. They did a complete clear out of that side. Right, so they cleared everybody out and said, okay, we're just going to trust our superstar to go one-on-one. It was pretty well defended initially by McCall, even better from Roberts, and then just got it right back in his lap, and that's just really unlucky for Cairns, but really good awareness from Gary Clark to be able to get back up and finish right there. Here we go, DJ. You going to Pat Miller?
You got to. Pat Miller or Bull Cole? Which one?
Well, I think you got Pat Miller, because you don't need a 3. I think you're going to try and get something
at the rim, because they're in the bonus.
Either that or get Pat Miller, just trust that he's going to make you play, right? He's been enormous all season long. 16 points tonight, 4 or 5 from the line. He likes to just take his time, get to the mid-range. Might be a little bit of a step back, create some space, and he gets that space, he normally knocks it down.
In some ways, you feel this is almost season on the line for Cairns. If they slip this, they fall to 10 and 13 with only 5 games left. Let's get down to Brad Rosen. You're listening in.
Listening into the Cairns timeout. No shock here. They are going to go to Miller. He's going to come off a down screen, get the ball, and then they're going to clear it out with Josh Roberts. And if it's stuck, Bull Quoll for the winner.
There we go.
We were somewhat right.
I mean, I think we're spot on money. So Bull Quoll's going to have his hands ready to catch and shoot, but unless they're going to double him, they're going to live a bye-bye superstar.
Here we go. Game, potentially season on the line. Miller wants it back, drops the shoulder, step back, couldn't finish. They've still got time though. Here's the shot for the win! For the win! Can't do it! The Taipans and Lat Mayen break the hearts of the Hawks.
Deja vu the other way.
Right back at ya.
Oh, wow.
They get their vengeance from round 5, and they keep their season well and truly alive. And they flip the script on the Illawarra Hawks.
Oh, that is massive. Talk about being ready for your moment.
Can you believe it?
Offensive rebounds have killed the Hawks all game long.
The crowd is stunned. They can't believe what they've witnessed. Lat Mayen. It's official, it counts. Adam Ford breathes a sigh of relief.
What a game.
The Hawks lose back-to-back games for the first time under Justin Tatum. The Taipans win back-to-back games for just the 3rd time this season. Talk us through it.
Oh, I mean,
wide open.
Wide open. That was off an offensive rebound, and then Lat Mayen just called game.
This is why, DJ, we are loving the Hungry Jacks NBL24. Anything happens.
Anyone can beat anyone. The ladder changes week by week, round by round.
Goodness me, I tell you what, firstly, Josh Roberts in there to get an offensive rebound tip, but the awareness of Pat Miller to know he had time to get that ball to a wide open Lat Mayen, that would have been in a split second, looked up and said, okay, there's enough time for me to pass that Lat Mayen to get it off in time, and they flipped the script.
Experience horse.
That's exactly why. The oldest player on their roster, and came up clutch with the assist, and there's our Foot Locker player of the game, Jim McCall. 28, 7 and 6. He was big time, and Lat Mayen.
Unbelievable. They get it done. And then they butter up again. The Cairns Taipans, they'll be at home against Brisbane. How big a game will that be? And the Hawks going to have to lick their wounds and take on the Adelaide 36ers. Let's get down to Brad Rosen courtside, who has the hero with him tonight, Lat Mayen.
I have the hero. Your whole team just jumped on you. Talk to me. A couple of seconds left. They get the offensive rebound. What is going through your mind?
Let it go. Shoot the ball. Ain't nobody else going to shoot it. I was the one open, and I had to take it, you know? So proud of my teammates fighting the whole game, and obviously it came down to the last shot, so.
Have you ever had a game winner and had one drop like that before?
Nah. I wouldn't say that. Not on a big stage like this, you know, like growing up and stuff like that, yeah, but not on a big stage like this, so it feels good for sure.
What does this say about the Cairns Taipans? You had 3 guys out, number of guys fouled, looked like you're not going to win the game. That is just huge courage. What does that say about your team?
Oh, we tough. You know, we tough. We got a bunch of tough guys. You know, some of the guys that are not here, they're not here because they don't want to play. You know, they're going through stuff, but we're a tough group, you know, and we push each other every day, so, yeah.
Your coach says, and I've heard it so many times, live in the now, live in the moment. That's one hell of a shot to live in the now.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm still in that moment right now, so I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Well, that was a fantastic hit. Great job, and good luck for the rest of the weekend.
Appreciate you, my man. Thank you.
On the road, undermanned. Their stars fouled out. Flu swept through the team this week, and they get it done to win by point. We're back after this to wrap it all up. Jacks, NBL at its brilliant best in Wollongong. Game on the line. Lat Mayen says, let it be mine. The Cairns Taipans win it 93-92. Talk about return serve, Brad, after Tyler Harvey did that to the Taipans to start the season.
Man, I got goosebumps watching that shot. Just interviewed Lat. He is